documents of hedge fund globalist George Soros and his Open Society Foundations reveal that the atheist billionaire behind Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton is funding a massive network of organizations and even curious ministers who attack not only political opposition, but who advance Soros's radical and comprehensive social agenda for America. These leaks are confirmed by IRS and web documents of Open Society and related foundations. Like a bully on the playground, the Soros network has profited by funding the decline of cultures and economies.
I am particularly interested in changes in the rules of the game.
In 1930, Soros was born in Hungary. George's role model was his father, Tivadar Schwartz, who sold information about fellow Jews to the Nazi regime.
It was actually probably the happiest year of my life, that year of German occupation.
Changing their name to Soros, the family moved to England, where George studied at the socialist London School of Economics. Through his quantum fund, he amassed wealth by influencing events, elections, and currencies in Asia, Russia, and Europe. In 1992, he broke the Bank of England. In France, he became a convicted felon for insider trading. As Soros's global network weakens sovereign nations, it grows in wealth and power. Millions of people suffer the consequences. For several decades, their target has been America. Through his Open Society Foundations, Soros postures himself as a philanthropist who has spent over $10 billion to fundamentally transform America. What is this so-called progressive network doing to us and how? They advance educational content in our schools, the transgender movement, drug legalization, the sex worker industry, abortion, euthanasia, open borders, the flow of Islamic refugees, and voting schemes. Their formula seems to be billions of dollars to activists and organizers, and funding to the media, funding to rented ministers, and funding to judges and politicians, which results in the fundamental transformation of America. Let's take a closer look. Circle 1, money. Joined by other globalist foundations like Ford, Tides, Gill, Arcus, Rockefeller, and Carnegie of New York, the Soros network offers near infinite money to organizers and activists who create and swarm on events and issues to agitate political drama. While funding hundreds of media channels and technology networks to make their street theater our national narratives. To give the impression of the moral high ground, the Soros network also funds what they call evangelical and Catholic mascots to serve as surprising validators for their anti-Christian projects and candidates. Imagine the evil of using a Christian front to de-Christianize the culture and nation. In this video clip from the New America Foundation, an executive admits their rent and evangelical model of social change.
Doing a sort of rent and evangelical, as we used to call it on the national security side, rent to general model.
The network funds religious groups including Jim Wallace's Sojourners, PICO, Faith in Public Life, Faithful America, Richard Cizik's New Evangelical Partnership, Telos, J Street, National Council of Churches, Evangelicals for Human Life, Catholics United, Catholics in Alliance for the Common Good, Catholics for Choice, and through the network's National Immigration Forum, they fund religious groups advancing open borders, amnesty, and voter registration for their New America. Rather than advancing the whole counsel of Scripture as the highest love for people and culture, these useful ministers assist non-Christian policies, projects, and politicians with faith words, optics, organizing, and media to confuse Christian and other value voters, to recruit the church into their radical political agenda, and to help the left's politicians get elected.
Hi, this is Jade McLove, and I'm no longer having my videos monetized by YouTube due to their censorship. So please, if you would like to donate money to me, if you like the videos, donate through my PayPal account. Which is, use my email address, which is at jadeintexas@gmail.com. Through PayPal, you know how to give money through PayPal. Just use the email address and donate whatever you want, because I'll no longer be monetizing my videos through YouTube, because their policies are crazy and they're leftist radical pigs that I don't want to deal with anymore. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and effort, because, you know, you guys are everything in this, really, seriously.
Protests in major U.S. inner cities, L.A., Chicago, New York, all have fallen to what can be best described as Trumpophobia.
Racist, sexist, anti-gay, Donald Trump, go away.
But not everyone's chanting and fist pumping. More law-abiding anti-Trumpers in New York took to plastering a subway wall with post-it notes, giving out some positive vibes. Mainstream media, especially on the progressive and liberal side, freaked out. CNN went further.
ISIS this morning are actually celebrating Trump's victory.
Yes, the network got the world's worst terrorists' reaction. There it is. Billionaire fool will destroy America himself. And get this, comparing the worst terror attack in U.S. history to the presidential election. You heard it. 9/11 and 11/9 are equally horrifying. BuzzFeed's already counting down to the next presidential election. It's in just over 3 years and 11 months, so hang on there a bit. And if you're suffering from the PTSD, or the post-Trump stress disorder, there is a crisis helpline. Thank you, Huffington Post. Well, dear MSM, maybe you should call it, since you obviously can't cope with the fact that America elected its president.
Inauguration, and people are promising to cause as much chaos as possible. Now, we know there's going to be, I guarantee there's probably going to be about 1 million people there, Owen, there in DC to witness this epic event. But there's going to be a lot of people there protesting. They are absolutely trying to say, not my president, even though, you know, hashtag he is going to be your president.
Right after Donald Trump's inauguration, NBC actually, right now, as you can see live, is covering protesting that's happening right outside of the capital city. And I just thought that this was so, interesting. It actually gave me chills when I saw them, the police actually shooting tear gas and so forth at the crowd. And apparently what NBC is saying is that these protesters were pelting bricks and so forth and were hurting the police and so forth. And it looks like these police are really serious. So, this is probably a lesson on both sides of the story, especially because of that extreme level of passion perhaps that the protesters have versus the police that are just doing their jobs. And it's kind of sad when the police get hurt in the process because they don't decide on who is going to be president. And so
president material, his wife can't even speak English. Come on.
We got the fucking pussy grabbing racist, tangerine near death looking ass, toupee wearing motherfucking with Russian ties as our fucking president. Bunch of fucking stupid ass, nut ball sucking ass niggas watch the reality show and say, hey, he just might be a good president. The time flies, so even though it's not popping off till January, that shit feels like it's happening tomorrow. Because that's exactly, we right around the corner from 2017. Damn. Bro, y'all ain't got, don't worry about nobody else reaching out to y'all motherfuckers. Real talk. Real talk. And it had to be the fucking South. Real talk. I don't have nothing against the South, but the East and West Coast had enough fucking sense. I'm just saying, enough fucking sense, my nigga. Fucking livid, bro. I don't know what to do with my feelings and my emotions right now because, I feel so fucking out of whack.
It says right here, Donald Trump has been elected President of the United States. We are fucked. We don't want Donald Trump. I don't care if this video goes viral and gets me in trouble. Because Donald Trump is a fucking ass nigger. Well, not really nigger. But he should not be president. Never. He's just gonna get rid of people we care about. My family, half of my family speaks Spanish. Legitly. And I'm gonna lose Anthony, my friend, my cousins. They're gonna go back where they came from.
Hello, America. Just a quick note. What makes you fuck do you think you're playing on?
Oh, glad to meet you. Name's Tigger. T-I-double-G-R. That spells Tigger.
This no fucking joke. You just elected a fucking monster.
And the thing is, you just have to be whether this would make sense or not. And this protesting doesn't really make sense. Well, in this case, it probably wouldn't. It's about 1,000 protesters according to NBC, and it probably wouldn't make a difference because you already have voting that took place, and it's probably most likely a legal thing. So That's not going to change the president per se. Maybe it might make the president aware that not everybody is happy and so forth there. At this point in time, I was not really. I didn't think that Trump would have been a good candidate for a president, but at this point in time, it doesn't really make sense anymore to protest. We have to just see what Trump can do. Thank goodness, I don't have to vote. I don't. I am not a U.S. citizen, so I didn't vote and so forth and thing. But this is the challenge sometimes with politics. The politics, especially when it's near 50-50, 50 for a specific president and 50 against near that, you tend to have this issue. This is actually an issue very similar to Trinidad in terms of the 50-50 percentage.
Look at this strange article I just found. Head of DC National Guard to be removed from post in the middle of inauguration. And what really makes this article so strange about him removing an actual general from the District of Columbia, the one that's head of the National Guard, it's really puzzling. It's really strange. Why would Obama do this in his late term, last few days within office? A general who heads the DC National Guard and is a part in overseeing the inauguration said Friday that he will be removed from command effective at 12:01 p.m. January 20th, just as Donald Trump is sworn in as president. That's not very suspicious at all. And how is this tied into this? Well, look at this. Here's another article I just found. Washington AFP. Hundreds of thousands of people are expected to attend Donald Trump's inauguration, but hundreds of thousands of protesters are expected in Washington next week to vent their frustration over his election.
Hi, this is Jade McLove, and I'm no longer having my videos monetized by YouTube due to their censorship. So please, if you would like to donate money to me, if you like the videos, donate through my PayPal account. Which is, use my email address, which is at jadeintexas@gmail.com. Through PayPal, you know how to give money through PayPal. Just use the email address and donate whatever you want, because I'll no longer be monetizing my videos through YouTube, because their policies are crazy and they're leftist radical pigs that I don't want to deal with anymore. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and effort, because you guys are everything in this, really, seriously.
That sounds really strange. That smells like chaos. And if this doesn't ring any red flags or red alarm bells, maybe you should check your facts, because this looks more like a false flag waiting to be set up to suspend the election and potentially the Constitution, because civil emergency, which is martial law, of course. And then, oh look, Donald Trump's election is illegitimate. The Russians must have hacked it, so we gotta suspend it and make it to where Obama stays in office for 6 more months, and there has to be another election, which also fits into this article. And then I just simply looked up and it says election security, federal help, or power grab from Polio, or whatever the site is. There you go, you can see it. And this stupid bottom feed site says the federal government wants to help states. Yes, help keep hackers from manipulating the November election and grow in fear that the United States political system is vulnerable. No, they want to federalize it underneath Homeland Security. Then they're already selling the idea that the Russians hacked into it so they can consider Donald Trump's election illegitimate, so they can suspend it, and Obama stays in power for 6 more months, of course. After the inauguration goes horribly wrong, there's civil disobedience, riots, the city burns. I mean, it's already happening around the entire country. And to add even more suspicion, the head of the National Guard is removed. That doesn't smell like coincidence to me. This seems like a sabotage.
And we just have to hope and pray and look and see if he's going to, that if President Trump is going to actually do good, or is he going to do bad? Because when he the presidents, especially when they change up stuff in the U.S., it affects third world countries as well, like Trinidad and Tobago and so forth. So I thought that was interesting. So if you're online now, you should probably go check out what's going on NBC. And CNN didn't even cover this, so I don't know. I really and truly, I'm not even sure CNN is a news network anymore.
Really want to start a freaking civil war. And this seems like the best option, because imagine there's chaos in Washington, D.C., then Obama has no choice but to declare civil emergency, and then he's allowed to stay in office for 6 more months. Homeland Security officially federalizes the electoral colleges and elections of every state, making it underneath Homeland Security, considering it a federal part of a federal crucial infrastructure of the federal government, which means they can now manipulate it. They fear hackers, but yet it will be the federal government hacking into it, and growing fear that the United States political system is vulnerable, even though that Homeland Security, the FBI, and the CIA are the most corrupt institutions in the United States, who have been known to blackmail, kill, assassinate, and to set up anyone who doesn't go along with the establishment.
Leftists plot chaos at inauguration, plan to kick off with a bang. We are going to do everything we can, from trying to stop people from being able to access the inauguration. On Wednesday, January 18th, scores of radical leftists from the activist group Disrupt J20 plan to kick off their devilry with a bang, starting with a demonstration in front of Vice President-elect Mike Pence's house, according to a newly leaked audio tape. Okay, so we've known this is going on for a while. They've had their protest planned for a while. They've been talking about it on social media. Now we have leaked audio admitting what their plans are. And I'm just curious if President Obama, Hillary Clinton, I don't know, James Comey of the FBI want to release any statement trying to discourage these people from committing any acts of violence or doing anything illegal. So far, haven't heard anything. It's our first big activist plan. A propagandist voice can be heard telling a large crowd of cheering radicals who plan to participate in the shenanigans. Yeah, these people are fired up to disrupt the protest. This is the biggest event in their life. We got a bunch of folks who are going to be organizing. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is what I'm talking about. They think it's fun. It's going to be his last few days living in Chevy Chase before he moves into the vice presidential residence, and we're going to send him off with a bang, the organizer told the crowd. With a bang? Is that a threat? James Comey of the FBI, are you even paying attention? The organizer also told the crowd on the 19th is the deplorable, which will be exactly what it sounds like. The alt-right, neo-Nazis, etc., this is their party to celebrate Trump, and we're going to crash it, the organizer said. The DC Anti-Fascist Coalition is planning it. Well, I hope I don't see any of these protesters at the deplorable, but I know I'm going to. But I'm just warning you, there will be security there. Please don't try anything extreme. Of course, they didn't leave out Inauguration Day, where the activists have big plans. There's stuff happening all day. Answer, Act Now to Stop War and End Racism, is doing their thing along the parade route. Wait a second, it's Donald Trump who was against the Iraqi war, and it's Donald Trump who wants to calm relations with Russia. They're going to be along the parade route all day. They got a permit and a sound system and a stage. Who is permitting these people with all of this access? Why do they get a stage and a sound system? We are now supporting people who are disrupting our democracy. When they go low, they go low. Early in the morning, we're going to be doing blockades. We're going to be blocking checkpoints in the security zones. We're also going to be blocking roads and other modes of transit into the event. So again, where is DC police? Where is the FBI? They are planning illegal activity. These people need to be arrested. The Resistance March is what they claim they are. Let me just get something straight here. We are the resistance, okay? The Trump movement is the resistance against the globalists who are trying to take this country down, who are trying to end our sovereignty. That's what you need to understand. That's what you're trying to do during these protests as well. But good luck. People are going to be looking out for you. Bikers for Trump is going to be there. Don't mess with us. We're sick of you. Your protests are going to fail, and some of you are going to end up in jail. And